Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are. Today is March 29, 2019. All right, today is Friday and it's the last day of the first quarter of 2019 regarding to trading. And Lyft went public today, and I believe it opened at 86 or something. We'll take a look at it later on, just a quick look. But before we do that, let's go and see what the market has done and what is it might do this afternoon. So let's go and take a look at some of the market stat here. The crude oil up 80 cents at $60.10. Gold bounced back a little bit, only up $2.30 at $12.9760. And the Dow Industrial is up 134 point at 25,851. The S&P 500 is up 10.5 point at 2,825.94. And the Nasdaq 100 is up 35.5 point at 7,556.22. And the Russell 2000 is up less than a point, and it is sitting at 1,536. And the Nasdaq Composite is up nearly 38 point at 7,707. And the Dow Jones Transportation up 69 point at 10,389. So those are the cash market. Seem like everybody is up today. And looking at the up-down volume, the up-down volume ratio at the New York Stock Exchange is running at 1.69. And the up-down ratio at the Nasdaq is up at positive 2.2. But the Russell 2000 is minus 1.05. So the Russell 2000, the small cap, is showing a little bit of a weakness. And the advanced decline opened up near the 1700 mark and pulled back down to somewhere around the low or the high 200. And right now it's hovering up at the 520 area. In other words, 522 more of answer than decliner in the New York Stock Exchange. Similar reaction or characteristic on the Nasdaq, and right now just coming back up a bit. The advancer is leading the decliner by 342 issues, and the cumulative tick, although it's positive, but it's not that strong, so won't be surprised to see a little bit more weakness come in as we approach the quarterly OPEX. And same with the the Nasdaq, a little bit better compared to yesterday. But again, we'll probably see a little bit more weakness. And looking at the ES, open auction out of range, and then it came still out of range right now, trading above yesterday's range, but it is inside the IB range. Sort of tick above a few tick above the overnight high on the open, and then came back in. So right now gonna see would it be able to hold inside this IB range or come down. And you never know, it could fill the gap today. Although after a few hours the gap fill, the odd for gap fill is much lower, but anything is possible, right? We always have to keep an open mind. And so if it comes down, fill the gap, most likely you're going to come down and test that overnight low. Same thing with the NQ, open auction out of range, and it come down, took out the IB low, and it came back into the IB range. Right now it's trading inside the IB range. It did take out the overnight high on the open shortly after the open, but unable to trade above that ever since. So again, we almost came down and filled the gap, so wouldn't be surprised if it right below the IB low. We'll probably see another attempt to come down and fill the gap and maybe test the overnight low. Right, okay, that is the internal and also some of the cash index. Let's go and take a look at the daily chart on the ES. You see ES right now still came back up to this 2865, the FOMC scene of the crime here. Upside resistance 2865. I'm still looking at 2736.5. So I'm still looking for the pullback right now, unless it could take out the 2865. And looking at the volume profile, it is sitting up here, right? This little balance area. So we'll see how this thing gonna do. It's gonna make it move one way or the other. I'm looking for it to pull back here. Today so far is pretty balanced. We'll take a little bit closer look later on the daily volume profile chart there, but basically this is what I'm looking at. If it break about this, then yeah, again, you know, basically looking at the upper resistance at 28.65, but right now I'm eyeing this 27.36 and a half. And here's the market profile. You can see that, you know, it's just kind of hovering up here, right? You know, so there's a lot of stuff down here because a few single print. And what is this up there? Let me see. All right, that's October point of control. Naked point of control up there. All right, let's go to the daily profile and take a look. And you can see on the daily profile, the market profile. Here's the IP high. Pretty clean on both sides, you know, nice balance, you know, distribution here. So we'll see, is it going to keep that balance and close it out as is, or it's going to either come down here or go up there, right, throughout, you know, toward the OPEX, you know, option expiration. And also looking at the volume profile, we'll see a little bit of a nice pinch off, not as clean on the low. Right? So right now it's basically trading inside this developing value area, today developing value area, and above the IB low. So basically looking to see what it come back into this range. This is the yesterday's value high. Right? So we'll see what it come down and come back into test this range and possibly fill this gap and get down to the overnight low. That's basically what I'm looking at, unless there is a strength coming in, some buyer pushing the AD, the advanced decline up again, then I'd be looking at this 2836.75, that you know, overnight high, and possibly the IB high get tested at 2837.50. Right, and let's go and take a look at the SPY quickly before we take a look at LIF. Right, so looking at SPY here, okay, the chart on SPY, and here's a 30-minute candlestick with the daily volume profile here. You can see that it's again, it's a nice distribution, you know, balanced distribution here, sitting inside this zone. Right, so I'm looking for this thing to come back in, dip back below 280 and into the zone, work itself down to 273. All right, so let me go and flip over to the chart on LIF, and then we can take a quick look at LIF and see what's going on there. Just give me a minute to pop that chart on the screen, and then we switch over that. Let me set it up and we'll just take a quick look at it. So here we go. All right, so here's the open. You can see that got a nice pinch here, and that's where we got the high of the day. Right, and ever since it's been down, so a lot of volume taken up here. So as you can see, these high volume node is basically is trending down, and you see this, you know, there's a big dump here, right? And here's a low volume dump here, and so it's trying to get back up above here, got rejected. So right now it's holding this low here, so we'll see whether we are able to hold this low. But looking at the volume profile, it's a lot of volume down here, so that, I mean, there's some acceptance down here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing go lower, if not today, in the coming days. You know, so just kind of keep an eye on that. I wouldn't be chasing this thing. I think it's just too much hype, and you know, so that's it. And hopefully your days are going well, and today is Friday. Get ready for the weekend, and hey, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, click on the subscribe button down here at the lower right hand corner, and be sure to click on that bell icon so you get notification whenever I do a live video such as this, or whenever I upload a video on to my YouTube channel. So have a great weekend.